started his career in space selling at airports across India in early 2000 and soon became a specialist for out-of-home advertising. It was not very difficult for someone with an engineering background to soon realize that sales and marketing is something where his passion lies. He joined MOMs, a special division for out-of-home advertising of Madison Media as an executive in 2003 and eventually grew to the role of heading the organization nationally as the Chief Operating Officer. He has worked with clients across categories including Asia Paints, Raymond's, Oppo, Kotak Bank, Bajaj, Panasonic, SL Group, India Bulls, Bandhan, Godrej, Marico, Pidilite, Toyota, just to name a few. In an informal manner, Jayesh is going to deliberate on the expanse and the future of the OOH industry, providing his unique solutions in today's contemporary media space.
That really sounds so awesome. Thank you so much for the lovely introduction. Well, very good afternoon, people. I hope I am not coming between you and your lunch. Everyone must have had your lunch, and if not, then I'm sorry, because this is right at the lunch hour. But unfortunately, I have to leave. I have a hard stop at about 2:15, then I have to leave for airport. So I requested that, this slot, if it is possible, then we'll probably do it. As she rightly said, I've started my career. I mean, I've done my engineering, and all old-time parents, when you have one sibling and I have elder sister and myself, beta engineer banega, beti doctor banegi. And that is how exactly it has moved. My sister is a doctor. I've done my engineering. Somehow I went into it, and somehow I cleared it as well. But that is when I realized, that is not something which ideally will take me to places. When I started my career after doing my engineering, it was the early time when the .com boom has just started, like how these days we have all different apps coming in. That is the time when Rediff, India Times, and all different .coms were coming. And after doing my computer science, programming, Java, C++, Oracle, this, that, and all, I was struggling a bit to get into a software side. And that is how one of the software company, recruited me and told me that we have an opening in marketing, but not in the programming side. So will you be open for it? And I thought, let me give it a shot. And from there, the marketing journey started. And that's how I, got into this. My journey with Madison started in 2003, and ever since I've been with this company. I've joined as an executive, and today I've grown into a designation of COO. I'm heading the company. So, coming on to the topic, it's like journey from outdoor to out of home. This is mainly, I'm talking today, going to talk about the advertising, and that too out of home advertising. So many of you, must be wondering, OOH term, I don't know if you have heard somewhere, or you must be wondering what is OOH and all. OOH stands for out of home, and how traditionally from outdoor to these days out of home we have moved. So I'm just going to take across a few of the slides on that. Let me begin with the overall media scenario in the country today. It's like in 2017, Indian advertising market was 53,000 crore, which grew at about 14.6% to 60,000 crore in 2018. So, the growth has been quite phenomenal, and even in the growth which 2017 saw was double than the previous year. Just to give you an example, India has grown at the rate of 14.6% as far as advertising market is concerned, closely followed by China. And then you have rest of the country, how the advertising growth has been. And it is the fastest growing advertising thing in India. So it's like year 2018, Indian advertising grown at the rate of 14.6% versus the average world advertising growth rate has been 6.6. So India is going at a rapid speed. It's double than what the world is going right now, and China is following. So we can easily, connect it with the kind of population both these countries have, and hence the more and more number of consumer, and hence brands need more and more connect with this consumer, and that's how the advertising thing is growing in India. The pecking order is now clear and distinct. So this is how the typical advertising, different modes of advertising, and what is their share in this entire 60,000 crore. TV obviously being the number one medium, followed by print. Digital, which was 5 years back it was close to radio or even the below radio, has come significantly high. We all know we are always on move, we are always on our mobiles, we are always on our laptops and all. So digital advertising is something which is rapidly growing. And then outdoor at 6%. So 60,000, 6% is about 3,600, 3,700 crore kind of an industry is what we are working in. Percentage increase for the last 3 years, if we see, outdoor is from 6% to 9%, and this year it's expected to grow at 11%. This year, mainly the growth was expected because of mainly Lok Sabha election, Cricket World Cup. There are quite a few things which were happening this particular year in 2019, so that was the reason the growth on the overall advertising has been expected quite high. Followed by internet and cinema, the rapidly growing media. But the food for the thought is our audience is always on the move. So as a brand, as a marketer, it's like today's consumer is variety of option. The consumer is quite young, it is well connected, tech savvy, social. How do you go and find these people? What kind of a stand a brand should take? OOH today is everything except for TV. For 40 plus. Now, any form of advertising you consume out of your home comes under OOH. Except for TV, you are exposed to everything else in OOH. You may be reading your newspaper on your way, you are looking at your mobile on your way, you are going to malls, you are going to multiplexes, you are going to cinema, hoardings, bus stops, metro, airport, whatever kind of advertisement, whatever you consume apart from television comes in OOH. So OOH has been quite significant these days. Changing consumer dynamics. This is one of the example. TGI. TGI is, that's a IMRB research agency which comes up with the data, which gives you a different touch points analysis and all that. Now, as per the TGI analysis, if you see, I've just compared data of 2005 and 2018. This is one of the touch points in OOH which comes quite frequently for us. It's like malls and multiplex. If you see in 2019, the reach was 19%, which has gone up to 35%. This shows the changing behavior of consumer, how it has happened, what is the kind of movement which is happening. Transit has grown from 14 to 16%. Airport has moved from 4 to 9%. So basically, the consumer when a brand has to reach to today's consumer, it's quite different. It's changing a lot because of the technology, increasing penetration, smartphones, mobile devices. The consumer is very, very health freak, fitness freak, and it is well connected. So shift from channel-based planning to audience-based planning. Earlier, when the even TV plan used to be done, it's typically like, when we used to plan, Mondelez was one of the account which we used to work for, so Cadbury's. Then we worked for a successful campaign like Pappu Pass Ho Gaya and Kuch Meetha Ho Jaye and all that. So it is always that whom you are targeting, which channel you should take it. You are targeting, if it is FMCG, you are targeting housewives and all, you typically take GC channels, take 8 to 10 time band and all that, and you are reaching to maximum people. But now the things have dramatically changed. It is no more a channel-based planning. It is properly a consumer-based planning depending on whom I am targeting and where I can get that people. It could be on mobile, it could be on tab, it could be on different websites, television, radio, internet. So the shift has been dramatic, and this is how the entire framework, it's from media-centric to human-centric. Earlier, it always used to be media-centric. People used to decide what media I want to take, and then accordingly, the entire planning used to be done. Now the thing is for whom I want to take. If it is a detergent, I'm planning targeting someone else. If it is a luxury watch, I'm planning targeting someone else. So it's completely people and places based. So within the terms of OH, if I have to talk, the static branding, which is your static hoardings, billboards, kind of things, what you see is obviously which is there. It is fairly large dominant share which is there. But apart from there, location-based planning, which is like increasing drastically these days. So it's like whether I want to be present at, if we have to target people like you, a youngster who are always on the move, then we decide that, coffee shop would be a right target place. Branding inside QSR restaurants like McDonald's or a Burger King kind of a place would be a right target place. So it's like coffee shop, corporate park, offices, restaurant, radio taxis, normal cabs like Uber and Ola, That is something which you can take. Technology-based planning at airport, we do different innovation. We do digital thing where the technology gets involved, and you can do a lot of innovations out there. You can do it in multiplex. You can do interactive things in malls. You all must have seen when you go to malls and all, somewhere or the other promotion is going on. Samsung is doing something, asking people to come, play games, do something, and then they gratify it with some vouchers, coupons, and all that. What is all that? It is all out-of-home advertising. So different type of out-of-home media in the universe. It's like billboards, which we all see. This is one of the oldest advertising medium in the world. In 16th century, it started with pasting the poster everywhere else. Even in the missing thing, typical Bollywood thing, we see missing posters everywhere that, people put it. The oldest advertising medium, which you cannot miss, where it is not in your hand. You can always keep your mobile down. You can change the channel while watching the TV. You can shut your radio. You can do whatever you want. But this is something bang on your face, whether you like it or not, but it's there. If you are driving, you have to look at it. So you like it, you don't like it, but you can't ignore me. It's kind of out-of-home media which is there. So billboard is one of the thing which is there. Street furniture, which is bus shelters and different MUPs and kind of thing which is there. Transit is very, very rapidly growing in a country like India, where infrastructure is very fast growing, and metros in every day, almost all metro cities have been covered with metros, and now it is going to tier 2 cities as well. So that is giving a tremendous, tremendous opportunity as far as advertising is concerned. Airport, again, I'll just cover transit and airport separately with the kind of growth it is showing. Airport is one of the touch point, which is in terms of out-of-home advertising. Multiplex, cafes, gyms, corporate hubs, residential welfare association. These are the places where advertising, a person can consume advertising. Mall branding is one of the very, very big upmarket thing right now, where everyone gets into malls. Spectaculars, it's like creating cluster of hoardings in one place and create a spectacular out of that. And last but not the least is digital out of home, and the term is DO. OOH is OO and digital out of home is DO. Digital out of home is, it's a very, very nascent stage in India. We don't have things like how it is there on the Times Square, New York. You must have seen the big digital billboards and all. Our country is not equipped with those things, not in terms of infrastructure, but with the government policies and stuff like that. So still our government feels that if someone is driving and anything moves, any video file or any GIF or anything, if you go and show it on a billboard, it can distract a person and accident could happen. So few of the places where they have allowed in city like Delhi and all that, where I don't know if anyone is familiar with the Delhi, it's when you go from inner circle to outer circle in CP, there are digital boards which are there placed out there. Other places like airports, metros in smaller format they've allowed, but there is a huge opportunity. We still have to explore that. So OH market has grown by 9% in 2018, and transit media also grew by the same rate. So as I was saying, that transit is something which is growing rapidly in this country, and this graph is just nothing but to show that both OH and transit are growing at the same pace. When I talk about the big three for OH, these are the top three categories. You will see that in last 3 years consistently has come as 1, 2, and 3. Organized retail is your big format stores like Big Bazaar, Pantaloons, Lifestyles of the world and all. They are number 1 as far as categories is concerned. Hospital, restaurant, and education. I think it should be reverse: education, restaurant, and hospital, because education is one sector which is advertising a lot on OOH media, right from universities to private coaching classes to tuitions to whatever you call it. You'll see it everywhere, and especially one of the cost economical medium, you want it in a particularly targeted area, one coaching class operating in an X locality of the city, then they want to target a radius of around 2 kilometers, 3 kilometers, because far off people won't come there. So hoardings becomes a very easy point in that case. And it communicates a lot. When I was coming right now here, and by the way, the first time I have come in this part of the country, and when I was coming, I saw quite a few hoardings, and there are some like dhabas at Murthal hoarding, and one of the aeroplane images which keeps coming in the plane design and all. So I think the job is done. What they wanted to communicate, they've communicated it in very, very nice, cost-effective manner. And someone like me now obviously will look forward from a curiosity point of view that at least let me go and see what it is. So it is very, very cost economical, and that's why education sector is using it very, very well. One of the client we work for education sector is Akash Institute. So they advertise a lot, and they do a lot of outdoor in this sector. Real estate and construction. Right now in this particular year, it's been a little slow down in this particular sector. Otherwise, real estate and construction has always been number one category. Again, the same thing applies. You are targeting a particular region of people. There is no point going on television if I have a project out here in Haryana and entire world seeing it doesn't make sense. So outdoor is something which is apt for them, and they are using it quite heavily. And then, of course, FMCG, financial, telecom, and auto. Telecom used to be, if I see a data about 10 years back, the same data, telecom would have been at number one position. I don't know whether you'll be knowing it, or maybe you would be too young in school at that time. But once upon a time, all those Vodafone, Airtel, Idea, they used to dominate the market. People, they've created a kind of landmark. People used to say that, Vodafone ke hoarding se right turn leke, you can come to my place. So that is the kind of landmark these people had created earlier. So these are the three sectors which dominate OOH as an industry. So out of home media used to be this, which was like, painting, putting up hoarding and all, from outdoor to out of home. So that is what it is. It's earlier it only used to be billboard is what we used to talk about. Now it is, we are talking about out of home is billboard plus destination plus transit. So whenever any plan happens, people do consider I need transit as well. Whether I want impact transit, then I need airport as well. Whether I want targeting a family together, then I want malls as a touch point. So these are the different kind of touch points it comes. I'll begin with the airport media. Now, solution offers impact. You are launching a product, it is an impactful product, and you want to be known in who's who of the industry, then definitely airport is one of the touch points where you need to be present. It gives you a very, very specific targeted reach. So brands prefer that. If I'm targeting affluent TG, then airport becomes quite easy, that I don't need to be anywhere else. Experiential and innovation. I can feel the product, I can experience the product, I can give samples, I can do customer feedback, I can create a database. Whatever I need to be done, it can be done at the airport. We have total 50 airports available in India as of financial year 18-19, and if you see from 12-13 to 18-19, which is like about 6 years, the passenger traffic has grown by 117%. It's more than double. Because of the low cost airline, the price thing, the people are more time conscious, and they prefer just to fly rather than doing this. And you have late night flights at cheap fares and all that. So the traffic, and it's increasing. It's year on year. If you see the data, it's increasing dramatically. So airport as a touch point, it's give you a fantastic targeted reach. Another thing is a transit media, which is on rise, which I mentioned earlier. Metro is the new phenomenon, which you have things like outside train wrap. You can wrap the full train from outside. You have the thing like inside train branding, that is a handlebar, jingles. So inside also it's AV, which you can play audio, video. You have static branding on walls, you have on handles, you have branding outside. So there are a lot of things which is possible to do within Metro. This radio taxis gives a huge opportunity to do quite a few things inside as well as outside. So Kellogg's has done with Meru cabs about 2 or 3 years back, that anyone who books a cab early in the morning going to the airport and all, the driver will carry a pack of Kellogg's and a small milk pack and all, and they'll give you that start your day in a healthy way. And the taxi driver will give you Kellogg's cereal and a milk, which you can have it on your way to the airport. So there are immense opportunity. Whatever you want to do it, you can do it in a much better way with these things. Destination and digital OH in India, 100 plus malls across India. Now, earlier when we used to talk about the malls, it only used to be 10, 12 in Bombay, Delhi, Bangalore, Hyderabad, and maybe Kolkata kind of a market. But now you name any tier 2 cities also, everywhere it's mall. And in country like ours, where we have always space crunch for the public parks and public spaces and all, this has become a family destination point. So there are very few people go for the shopping. I'm sure there are people, but it's more of a become of a destination point where family go with kids and all. Bacche khel rahe, they do bungee jumping, and some train is going from here to there and all. And people just go chill, eat and come. So that is the kind of a destination point it has become. And for brands, it is fantastic thing. You can target entire family at one go in one place. Key digital OH media in markets. As I told you, we don't have a big, bold, beautiful formats like how other countries in the world have. But we do have medias at airports. You must have seen the digital media. As soon as you arrive, you have quite a few digital pods lying in airports like Bombay and Delhi. You have digital media inside metro, inside malls. There are few billboards which are there. Nowadays, you even have digital media at railway station where people go and book their tickets. There are digital screen which is placed right at the ticket window. So if people who are standing in the queue, there's a constant exposure which is happening, because there you have nothing to do. A guy standing in a queue, he has nothing to do but the look at the ad. Restaurant, hospital, pubs, etc. We all must have seen in a different places. There are quite a few, and it can be done in a quite interactive way. This is the new thing in digital OH which is happening right now, which is a programmatic digital out of home. So earlier, whatever you decide to advertise, you can decide in a particular manner. But now, these days, it's fully programmatic. So for one of my clients, if I give an example, McDonald's is my client. So when I do advertise for McDonald's, in a morning time from 7 to 11, it just advertise about the breakfast menu. So if I have a media at airport and anyone is landing from morning time 7 to 11, it will just advertise about the breakfast menu. Then during the daytime, it advertise about the McCafe. Then in the evening time, it advertise about the burgers and all. So this is all programmatic. You just program it once and then put it, and it happens automatically. I can have a Starbucks is another client which I work for. So we have a trigger of temperature there. So temperature 22 plus, the ad would be of Frappuccino. Temperature 22 below, the ad would be of the latte or macchiato kind of a thing. So it's hot coffee versus cold coffee. It's kind of an ad. So it's different kind of trigger. Whatever you want to decide, you can have it, and then the advertising happens. At airport, if I want that, if the flight is say at Goa airport, if I want a flight is arriving from Delhi, then a restaurant in Goa serving North Indian food or a paratha speciality, if that ad should come only at the time when all the Delhi flights are coming, then I can advertise like that. And if the flight is coming from, say, Bangalore, then I can advertise only about the South Indian food available in Goa, then I can do it that way also. So these days with programmatic, you can achieve wonders whichever way you want to do it. And majority of the places, people are going into dynamic kind of programming, and this triggers like temperature, time, flight details and all that, and it can be done that way. So out of home is one of the thing why out of home advertising is at 6% of the overall advertising share, while it has not grew at the level what all other mediums have grown, is one core thing which is it's lacking. It's syndicated data, syndicated science. When we talk about TV, when we talk about press, when we talk about anything else, there are a syndicated number which say that if you advertise in this particular, you must have heard that this television program has a TVR rating of 3.2, and KBC comes, then it has a very high rating. That means so many people are watching it. There's a particular program which has a very, very little rating which is coming. The Discovery, that what they program they did with Modi ji has it was trending a lot, and it generated a lot of TVR and all that. So this kind of a data do comes from a third party which is a syndicated, and it's kind of a currency. Whether you like it, not like it, but it is accepted industry norm. So clients buy that, clients love that, and clients like, okay, I am investing so much, I am reaching so many people, and this is the kind of return what I'm getting on my investment. If it is not the case, they are not ready to invest the money. In outdoor, unfortunately, there is no syndicated data or research which is available, and that's the reason this whole media is not grew at the level it should be. But having said that, everyone has their own set of data, everyone has their own research, and they go and present it like that. This is just one of the example of The Economist, where the simple billboard idea, it's a sensor-based thing. When a person walks below the billboard, the bulbs light. So that was The Economist ad was. So from then and now, if we have to compare, old was wall painting and a painted billboard, limited format, no measurement, limited regulation, limited share in media budget, and a manual thing. Two, we have evolved in consumer, touchpoint centric advertising, agency specific. There are multiple regulation and check, limited share, and software based planning. So, from outdoor to out of home, it has moved in a quite advanced manner. And if I have to talk about the advantages of OOH as a media, which gives you, it allows you to geotag your media. You know exactly on a click of a button on a map what is the kind of coverage what you are getting. It's innovative, it's disruptive. I'll show you a few of the example out that. Diverse environment, you can be present at different thing, contextual and relevance, whichever place, whatever kind of ad you want to put it, it gives you a flexibility of that. 24/7, it is there on the road. Intercept and not interrupt is what OH is all about, and it's adjustable as per the canvas. So whichever way you want to mold it, it can be done. So impact, TG, touchpoint, idea, transaction, technology is all put together is out of home. And yes, definitely it's beyond billboards. The main growth drivers in out of home, it's digitalization and networking, technology and content. So innovation is something which we talk about in any field. Anywhere you talk about innovation is always there, and it's always a driver factor. Same happens with OOH as well. I'll just give you an example of a few of the innovations the different companies have done it. This was done for Cadbury's on a Friendship Day when a billboard was put with a digital screen on top of that, and hashtag MadFee was the handle which was given. So like you click your picture along with your friend right below the billboard or wherever it is, and hashtag MadFee, you tweet this, and immediately you will see whatever picture you have clicked, it will be right there on the billboard, and everyone on the road can see what you have just clicked. So these are the kind of a thing it's possible in OOH, and people are using it. Club Mahindra Kerala, what they've done is in malls they've given a virtual reality gear to people, and you wear that, and they make you feel that you are in Kerala with the backwaters around and all. Google Maps has done this in Mumbai quite significantly. They had put the technology had come from Google Singapore, where they've given a data. Google APIs which were fed into live traffic data, and the entire thing what we see on our mobile device when we do a Google map, it was live visible on a billboard. So if you are traveling from one place to another on the billboard, you can see what is the kind of a traffic density lying ahead. So these are the use of digital out of home which is happening out here in our country. A few of the international example if I have to give you. This is one of the fantastic thing what McDonald's has done abroad.
McDonald's is one of the most recognizable and consistent brands in the world. But everywhere you go, from major cities to small towns, you'll find signs directing you to the nearest McDonald's that are surprisingly inconsistent. So to create a new wayfinding system, we noticed that the directions were already right there in the logo. By cropping the golden arches into a directional path and reducing the visuals to only what's essential, we transformed an underutilized media space into a simple, unified design system, adaptable to any market around the world. The result was a series of wayfinding billboards that are both helpful and immediately recognizable, using only the brand's colors and a fraction of the logo.
Simple idea which McDonald's has done. This is also one of the very nice one, contagious billboard. brilliant way to, communicate about the strong coffee what they are selling. So, sorry, yeah. Burger King, one of the, how you can go heavily on your competition. Just see this example is a brilliant one what Burger King has done. Sorry, this is not Burger King. These are the various out-of-home advertising pictures. Just to give you an idea, some food for thought that advertising can be used in quite different and innovative manner, no matter what. This is Burger King.
Burger King wants you to come here. Yes to McDonald's. Burger King is trolling its fast food rival.
So I saw this Burger King commercial where you can get a Whopper for a penny.
Only if you open the app while you're at McDonald's.
That doesn't even make sense. You have to go to McDonald's for a Whopper?
And use Burger King's BK app.
And be within 600 feet of a McDonald's restaurant.
Leveraging geolocation technology. Called the Whopper Detour.
Whopper Detour.
Alright, so I'm currently at McDonald's right here. Let's go for the unlock.
Unlock the Whopper Detour.
This is a really cool promo, guys. How fun is this?
That's money.
So you've seen internationally how people are using out of home. So it's not only restricted to billboard per se, but it has been used in quite unique manner. These are the few of the example of things out of home towards premium move. This is on the Mumbai-Pune expressway when it go from Mumbai to Pune. Jeep has created this. This is on top of a mountain. It's huge. It's like a Hollywood sign, kind of a billboard. And similarly, we have recently created another one by our agency. It's for the Tata Harrier. This is from Pune to Bombay when you are coming in. So these are the kind of installations which are iconic in nature, which is going on. People are using it. Some of the innovative approach, innovative thing done by us for our various clients. So NACO is one of the client what we work for. NACO is National Awareness for AIDS and Control. So we have done a branding at the signal. So there are a few of the cities which do have branding options available at the signal, and we call it as a signaling a better tomorrow. And we have synchronized it with the color of the signal. So whenever it's red, green, and yellow, the message should come. So whenever there is red, it says stop AIDS. Whenever it's yellow, it's the logo of NACO which comes. And whenever it's green, it says condom ek achhi aadat. So this is just basically to improve the awareness, making people aware about these things, making people aware about this word called condom, because that was the main thing of there. Because people in India, it's still considered to be a taboo to use word like condoms in front of your family members or in front of your elders or anywhere else and all. And still we have population of 130 billion, so that's a separate thing. But people are shy. We have even created a bus shelter where with the packs of condom we have written NACO. The entire NACO was written, and it was at the disposal. It is just stick there. You just pull it off, keep it with you whenever you need it. So you don't have to go to a medical store, or people feel shy to go and buy it also. It was just for the use, and we had cameras there, and we had a footage of that, and we were just observing, and people are still looking around here and there if nobody is seeing, and then quietly they're plucking and keeping it in their pocket and all. But the message was driven. We wanted to distribute as many as possible, and the people have taken it. So we keep doing different things for NACO, and these are one of the examples of what we have done in that. This is very simple, very innovative thing. So Pidilite, it's one of our clients which gives us a lot of flexibility to work on innovation. You must have seen the latest Fevikwik ad. Also, it's going viral everywhere, where the Dadi, does all the things and comes up with a thrown stuff and all. So this is, we do it in Mumbai during every monsoon. We put this curtain because auto rickshaw guys anyways used to have this curtain which they roll it down during the monsoon because water comes inside. We have written it simple thing, Pani roke, doctor fix it. And we have given this curtain free of cost to all these guys that please use this curtain. And from inside as well as from outside. So inside is a SMS number and a doctor fix it further branding. Where you have time, you are sitting inside, you can read through. But from outside for everyone, it's just one simple message saying Pani roke, doctor fix it. So these are the kind of things. When Oreo was launched in India market, we were handling Oreo at that time. So the entire feel and the way they wanted to do it is playfulness. It's like play with Oreo. You can do whatever you want with Oreo because people didn't know what Oreo is all about, how playful it is, how youthful it is and all that. So they had come up with creative that you can yo-yo it, you can munch it, you can surf it, you can shop it, you can do whatever you want, and Oreo is with you. So we had created those biscuits on a different billboards and also wherever it used to be yo-yo it used to move up and down. Munch it, we created an entire Pac-Man game out here and with the lights coding out at. So this biscuit used to be moved and the lights were shutting off accordingly. It gives you a Pac-Man feel. Surf it, it's like the entire biscuit used to surf on this wave on a particular billboard and all. So basically kind of message what brand had to communicate that we have done this separate things out there. This is one of the brilliant one from Bajaj Allianz. This was done on a Valentine's Day this year in 2019. The Bajaj Allianz come up with this, General Insurance has come up with this new line which they were unveiling on Valentine's Day saying caringly yours. And what they wanted to do is they wanted to have that awareness amongst the all two-wheeler drivers of helmet. saying that someone at home or someone near or dear or anyone is caring for you, so please wear helmet while you are riding. What we have done is the entire thing what you see out here, this entire thing has been created with the help of helmet. All this blue and the center one is the white. These are the two color helmet what we have purchased. This entire billboard we have filled with helmets on the entire side. And on the Valentine's Day, this was done in Pune city. So we had tied up with Radhika Apte. She's from Pune, local girl, and she had come, and there was an event which was done, and then this got unveiled, and then slowly we brought down all the helmets, and then as a CSR activity, it was just given to people free of cost. But the entire thing was captured, digitally enhanced. YouTube, the videos were there. It was there on the fan page of Bajaj Allianz and all that. And the gratification happens through multiple various media after doing this kind of an event. This was Kotak is our client when Ranveer Singh and Deepika were getting married. That is the time we came up with this campaign saying "Card Mila Kya." So I think 4 days before the wedding, we rolled out the entire campaign, bright red color in entire Mumbai city. I don't know if Delhi was part of that. I think Mumbai and Delhi both. And it started with the teaser saying Ranveer Singh with the folded hand, and it was written "Card Mila Kya." And on the day of wedding, it was revealed about 811, and a Kotak credit card is what they are talking about, saying "Card Mila Kya." So you can just call on 811 and become a Kotak Bank customer, and then you'll get the card and all. But this is just the topical, the immediately connect. I mean, everywhere in the city just 4 days before, because all media was talking about their wedding, everyone was going gaga about it and all. And suddenly the campaign erupted saying "Card Mila Kya." So it actually created a great buzz for Kotak at that time. So a few of the things of digital where the poll results were shown and done like that. So one of the biggest client what we work for is current ruling party BJP. Both for 2014 and 2019 elections, entire publicity was handled by us. We started 2014 with that Ab Ki Baar Modi Sarkar campaign, and we even continued with Chaukidar and last elections campaign, which gives you a massive scale to go and do different things for that. Just quickly, without taking much of a time, I'll just go ahead and show you. This is one of the real estate in Mumbai called Lodha. The tagline says, "Our residents include CEOs, socialists, and 33,000 trees." And just to pass on that message, we have actually created a vertical garden on billboard. This is for Netflix. This is what we have done.
We launched English Movie Channel from the House of Z. It's for the unsatiated scriber who always wants to break out of the orbit of sameness and take a quantum leap. The brief was to launch the channel leveraging our big premiere Spider-Man Homecoming. But the challenge was, how could we make this larger than life, keeping the channel proposition in mind? So we brought Spider-Man home, right to the heart of the city. But with a little twist. With a groundbreaking Twitter-powered billboard that allowed users to control Spider-Man's movement to reveal the poster behind him. With every 600 tweets, he moved to reveal some parts of the launch campaign. We asked people to power Spider-Man's big reveal by tweeting using #LeapForward. And they could win a trip to London with tweet counters urging the audience to keep tweeting. In less than 20 minutes, #LeapForward began trending on Twitter. In over 2 days, the campaign generated 54 million impressions and reached over 14.7 million people. Media started talking about it, making this an unparalleled experience and campaign, bringing a community of avid movie fanatics home to Netflix. Netflix, Leap Force.
So it's not only international, here also it happens. This is just, I think, one of the last example which is there. This we have done for our client Vodafone Idea's 4G network, which says India Dekh Raha Hai was the campaign. It's like whatever you're doing, you're littering, you're breaking the signal, you're jumping the signal, you're going on a zebra crossing line, whatever you're doing, India Dekh Raha Hai. And what we have done is we have created a huge camera which is there. On the next billboard, we have created a screen out there. So you could see yourself. If you are on a zebra line on a two-wheeler out there, you will see yourself right on the billboard that, in a zoom manner, it's showing that you are breaking the law. And we have a video where actually guys are stepping back and they are going behind and all that thing. So people are not doing that. We have categorically installed camera and a hoarding next to garbage bins and all. So there used to be a tendency, there is a huge garbage bin, but still people come with a bag and they just throw it like that next to the garbage bin, and then next to the garbage bin was a bigger garbage than the bin was. So there also camera was there, and it's like India sab dekh raha hai, and if you are throwing, it gets captured that. So people were actually making an effort and going towards the bin and throwing it inside. So these are the kind of stuff which is possible out here also, and we have done it. So just to sum it up, outdoor is no more an outdoor, but it's become out of home now. And that was the topic what I was saying, that earlier days when there used to be a painting, there used to be billboard and all, we have moved from there, and we have moved from typical outdoor advertising to out of home now. Thank you guys. Thank you so much.
Okay, so I will now like to invite Professor Satyam to come and just give the memento to the guest. Please. Interesting session. Okay, so on a very lighter note, it is when you get out of home, you get this guy, because he's waiting there, right? Okay, anywhere that you go, okay, catch you unknowingly or knowingly will get caught by this person, right? Whether it's OH or ambient advertising, we used to say, okay, so it has come a long way. Advertising has come a long way from traditional to digital to OOH to DOOH, all of these. Thank you, Jayesh, so much for coming here, gracing the occasion, and it's a pleasure to hear you. Okay, we hope you'll come back once again to enlighten us with some other future strategies, right? So the best brands, even political brands, everything is what you handle. We would love to get more case studies and cases from you next time, right? Okay, so, and I would actually like to thank all of you, Professor Satyam and other professors who are present, and the research scholars, the students who have come over here, okay, and of course, my enthusiastic CUBE members, okay, who have been here, Aryan, Vidhi, Anushka, Firoza, Rahul, Mansi, Akanksh, Akshay, Niyati, all of you who are here has done brilliant work, okay. In fact, CUBE has transitioned from 7 when we started off in 2017 to now having an interest level of 240 students applying this time for CUBE. And I think that is somewhere we have come. So I think we should be in a position to do something good for everybody interested in branding and advertising in the future. Okay? Thank you so much. Thank you, Jayesh, for coming. Thank you all. Okay? So now we'll go for the question answer session. But before that, all of you who have got class, you can leave for your class, okay? And people who have, questions can stay back, okay? So like for 10 minutes, Jayesh?
Just take selfie with the entire.
Yeah, you can.
And one is very keen on showing the other.
Is this my quote?
Yeah, so this kind of a thing does happen, and that's the reason conflicting clients always prefer different agencies to work with. When it comes with, in a country like India, where you have only top major 2 to 3 top agencies who are working, fortunately or unfortunately, I don't know, but Madison does not have any foreign affiliation, tie-up or international presence. We are 100% Indian company. And that's the reason there are quite a few Indian brands which are already, because all other multinationals are aligned with somewhere or the other agencies abroad, they do come to us. But as far as things like this, yes, Starbucks and McDonald's have become competition now because of McCafe being so much. Otherwise, they were not much into it because they are in a separate game altogether, where Starbucks wants you to be in their store as much as possible. They do provide you free Wi-Fi. They do provide you with whatever kind of charging support, this, that, whatever you need, it's always there. When McDonald's is QSR, they just want you to be out of the store as soon as possible. You go, take your things because they serve you so fast, you eat and you just go out. Mac Cafe is one thing where they are competing with each other, which is there. So within agency like Madison, there are different units to handle conflicting clients. So we have another unit called Platinum, which is part of Madison world only, but we handle conflicting clients. And it was as conflicting back 10 years that Platinum used to handle Pepsi and Madison used to handle Coke. So, but ultimately it's owned by one person, so the chairman is common who handles all this thing. But we have Madison Infinity, Madison Sigma, Madison Reality, that there are different verticals within the agency basically to handle conflicting clients like that.